This week's scary story is the last of our India series, so make sure you share this with your friends. And now, let's get started. Long ago, in Bengal, there were no buses or trains. People traveled only by foot. In a place called 24 Parganas, a terrible plague of cholera and smallpox swept through villages. Entire families died, and the few who survived abandoned their homes But some say the villagers never truly left. They remained as shadows, as ghosts. A long time after the plague, an old beggar arrived in the village. It was quiet and dark. Broken houses stood abandoned along dirt path, but the beggar didn't care. All he wanted was a piece of land where he could die and be done with his life. Maybe here, he thought, his aching bones would rest in peace. As he walked past a house, he heard the sound of laughter and drums. Hope surged through him. People lived here after all. He limped down the path. "Mother, please. A little rice. Just 2 morsels," he said. He knocked on the door. No reply. He tried another. Same silence. Crows flew overhead, cawing mournfully. He walked through 20, 30 houses. Not a single grain of rice. Not a single human voice. The beggar sighed. Where could he go? What would he give his children tonight? He sat wearily under a tree, worried. What will I give my children tonight? My fate has cursed me. In the distance, he saw a grand 2-story mansion, decorated but strangely silent. Smoke rose from its chimney. Perhaps. Ah, a rich man's house. Surely they will give me food, the beggar said hopefully. He called out loudly, "Mother, please give alms to a poor man." Suddenly, from inside, a clattering sound. A plate fell. Then a woman's voice said, "Wait, Father, I am coming." A pale woman appeared at the door. "Take this, Father. May God bless you," she said, placing rice, potatoes, and coins in his bag. Then she disappeared into the dark corridor. The beggar was happy, but uneasy. Her voice, her movements, they were not like ordinary people. It was getting dark. Should he go? The beggar decided to sleep by the main door. As darkness fell, the house became silent. And then it happened. Bang! The windows opened by themselves. Lamps lit up in every room. Peeking inside, the beggar saw people. They were laughing, cooking, talking, like a bustling family. Cook fish curry tonight, a woman said. Give the little master his rice first. Another said, Father, fetched water from the pond. A man called out. The beggar trembled. These were not living people, he realized. He huddled by the door, shivering. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps. Someone was coming down the stairs. The beggar hid in the bushes. It was a man in fine clothes. Everyone cheered. The son-in-law has come. Welcome, welcome, they cried. They led him inside joyfully. The man smiled, but soon looked uneasy. This man was Harnath. 2 months earlier, he received a letter from his wife. Her father was dead from cholera, she wrote, and had willed all his property to her. That was why Harnath had come. He couldn't help glancing at the letter in his pocket. His hands shook. If his father-in-law was dead, then who was sitting there smoking a pipe? The beggar peeked through a window. He saw his wife, not placing her leg into the fire as fuel, but taking food from the hearth and throwing it out. She was stirring a pot with a long ladle, but it seemed as if the soup was boiling without any fire. Harnath gasped. The beggar watched in horror as another figure stretched long, ghostly arms to pluck lemons and bananas from the garden. The father-in-law was casting a fishing net across the pond in one throw. His wife dipped a cloth into the water, but it came out dry. Yet the pot on the stove was filling up with fish. Everywhere he looked, strange, terrifying sights. The beggar outside shivered. Wrapping himself in his tattered blanket, he could feel the cold seeping into his bones. What was this place? Was it a haunted village or a scene from hell? Harnath decided to escape. He slipped downstairs. Peeking around, he saw the beggar asleep by the door. He went closer and whispered, Brother, are you awake? Yes, yes. You to see the truth, don't you? This whole village is a ghost village, the beggar replied. We must run. If they catch us, we are dead men, Harnath said. They waited for silence, then slowly, ever so slowly, they began to creep out. Suddenly, the ghostly father-in-law called out behind them, Harnath, don't run away. Come back. They panicked, running through fields, jumping over fences. They could hear the ghosts chasing them in the moonlight. Just when they thought they'd never escape, the beggar shouted, Look! Lanterns ahead. A group of traders with baskets of vegetables were walking to the market. Save us! Save us! The beggar shouted. They collapsed before the traders, gasping for air. The whole village. It's full of ghosts, Harnath panted. So the ghost village claimed another victim. The next morning, the traders returned to the village. They found the beggar dead, but Harnath was gone. Nobody knows what happened to him, but some say he lives in fear to this day, always looking over his shoulder, always waiting for the ghosts to catch him. From that night onward, Harnath never set foot in that village again. And the poor beggar, he left, begging forever. The place still stands, empty, silent, known only as the Ghost Village. Every year, during the Hindu festival of Mahali, when the gates to the underworld are thrown open. People say the ghosts leave their village and walk freely on earth, but nobody dares venture out to check. Some stories are forgotten. Some live on as whispers in the dark. All our India stories are now available as individual episodes. Go check them out and share with your friends. Now that our India series is complete, we'll be exploring more haunted places, creepypastas, and urban legends from around the world. We have plans for the spookiest season yet, so don't forget to follow and subscribe. Also, we have an exciting announcement to make. Our podcast is now available on a streaming platform. We've taken a break from releasing new episodes while we work on launching our new website and merch store, but once we do, we'll be back to our regular release schedule. Until then, you can binge all our previous episodes on our channel or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.